Hello, welcome to Day One Pass Podcast, episode 226. Has it been a while? I feel like it's been a while.
Well, you guys were on vacation.
Were we on last week, though?
This is what happened. We recorded, took 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
You guys did a podcast.
Yeah.
We took another week off.
Yeah, because you guys were on vacation.
Yeah. And then we're back.
Back in action, one might say.
We haven't done one since I came back from vacation.
Because that was last week.
Right. Okay. I was lost.
I was going to say, we can have this week argument again.
Because I remember last time we recorded, we were off for the 2 weeks. Right?
Yeah, well, that's...
You guys had an argument about...
The weeks in between.
You listened to that one?
Yeah.
All right.
It was really dumb.
I listened to that one where you said to put your pants back on, Matt, too. Listen to that. It fucking starts out right away.
Top stories for this week include PS4 is finally getting cross-play with other consoles. Finally playing friendly, but with only one game so far.
As I say, only one game.
Marvel executives are talking about the Spider-Man game being the Iron Man of superhero video games.
Launching the MGU.
Marvel Gaming Universe?
Yeah.
We've also talked a lot about this. Iceland has backed down from labeling loot boxes as gambling. There was a leaked open-world Harry Potter game, which was on a really crappy... Someone snuck in a phone and recorded some crappy footage. Mm-hmm. And a new version of the Nintendo Switch was reportedly planned, as well as Telltale closing. So that's what's in the news.
I thought... Okay, well, I guess we'll talk about news.
Yeah, there's some stuff to talk about there. But what are you guys doing? It's been a while, so what are you guys up to? Adriano?
What have
you finished anything?
I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone. Like, I really ramped up my Hearthstone play lately.
That's weird that you, of all things, you ramped up a game that you play regularly. Like, usually people like start to peter down because
there was some new expansion, though, right?
New expansion.
But that was a while ago, wasn't it?
A couple weeks ago.
You pre-ordered it, didn't you, too, or something?
No, not that one.
That's a different one?
I've never pre-ordered an expansion. I will. I think I'm going to start on the next one. I'm going to go all in. I'm going to buy the super duper mega pack. That gives me like 90 packs.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I'm
going
ham. I'm going to do that on the next expansion. I'm going to see how that goes. I'll do that for like a year. I'll buy every expansion pre-order in the year. I want to see how that. I'll do like a year-long experiment.
How long? How many expansions?
There are 3 expansions a year.
And how much is it for the ultra pack or whatever?
It's usually $69.99. Gives you like 80 to 90 packs, I think, maybe.
Jesus, that's essentially 3 games, like 3 near full retail price games a year, but
this is Hearthstone.
As digital content in a game.
Yeah.
I say this on the dawn of Fallout 76 releasing with probably an item store that I'm going to use.
But also remember, this is free. This game's free to go into. You never actually have to pump $1 into it.
That's pretty good.
And I've never bought an expansion. I never bought the expansion cards before.
And you use the shit out of it, so it's not like you haven't gotten your money's worth.
Yeah. I have bought one-off bundles that... So what happens is when they release a promo bundle, they allow to buy with real money, they limit it for one transaction per account.
Okay.
So it's like they had a Knights of the Frozen Throne promo bundle. It's like for like $10 you get 10 packs or something like that. They said limit of 1 per thing, and those ones I will go for because it's like I can't pull that trigger over and over again even if I wanted to.
Yeah.
They did once do a promotional bundle where it's like we'll let you buy this as many times as you want, and I'm like that's the one I'm not going to buy because if I buy it once, I'm just going to buy it again and again and again.
Yeah.
And then that's where I lose all my money.
You said that you get something for the ticket too, right?
You get the
Blizzard ticket.
Yes, there's
BlizzCon, right?
The BlizzCon virtual ticket I bought. There's something for each Blizzard game that's in the Battle.net client. You get something for each of those.
Oh, you get one. Oh, one for each.
Yeah,
I thought it was like one, and you get to choose.
No, you get one. You get one of everything. So I already got the Sombra Demon Hunter skin in Overwatch. That's already unlocked for me.
Okay.
In not StarCraft. In Heroes of the Storm, it's like gamer pick new. What's the thing you ride? What's it called?
The mount?
The mount, like new banner, new sprays, stuff like that. Then they haven't revealed what you get in the other ones. Oh, sorry. In WoW, it's a demo of the WoW Classic.
Demo of it.
So I guess just like a set amount of time to play.
You were saying you wanted to play that. Are you going to do classic?
I think so.
You're not going to do the actual full, like with all the expansions and
We tried though. It was overwhelming. Like I literally
MMOs are like that, man.
What?
MMOs are just like that.
Yeah, but at least if I can go back to classic, I can have the experience of what it was like when it first came out.
I would agree with that. Like if I wanted to just experience the story,
Yeah.
I would probably just do the base anyway.
Yeah. Not to mention they announced that they are no longer. You no longer pay for. You will only ever pay for the latest expansion when it comes out if you want to play it immediately. If you're ever willing not to play the latest expansion, you don't actually have to pay for any of them. You just pay the subscription now, and you will just get every expansion as you unroll as you get to them in the game.
I think that's how
that's interesting.
I think that's how SOTOR is too, because I played an expansion on there that I didn't buy.
Yeah, at a certain point, they just say, okay, It's kind of like the Mewtwo thing. It's like at a certain point, they're going to take him out of X-ray and they'll just put him into regular play. Like they're not going to force people to go into this pay route.
Right. Although they're taking them away from. They're taking the Mewtwo, as far as I understand it, they're taking it away after the regular raid period, right?
Yeah. So is that I would like to try to finish Dying Light. I'm in a jam.
I was gonna say I already beat it, but you did not. I think that was a discussion last time.
Yeah, I'm in a really bad save state. The state it puts me in. I have no ammo, no med packs. I'm surrounded by guys, and it's like the high adrenaline end of the game.
And yeah, you don't have the buggy upgrades.
Yeah,
because I was always the driver.
I am in a bad spot.
That's really stupid.
And I tried to cheat it, and it put me into even a worse spot. So I actually lost.
And I lost like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And I was set up.
Yeah. So that pisses me off. Ryan and I have to finish Gears of War 4 still.
We're pretty close though.
Yeah, we're at a really dumb boss fight though.
I had a glitch. There's like weak spots on this big like monster thing that you're supposed to shoot. I couldn't see them on my screen.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had no idea what I was
I'm like,
shooting
Ryan,
at.
you don't see those giant fucking blisters on this guy? You're supposed to. He's like, I don't see.
I saw them up until a certain point. It was like once we had him down, like I think we got like 3 of them, 3 of the phases, and it was the last one I couldn't see them. They just weren't there.
There's that.
So you guys stuck on that then, or you beat it?
It's really hard, actually.
We're gonna give it another go. Then I've been playing some Onrush, playing some Overwatch with you guys, and then I finished some Shovel Knight. I'll silence my phone because I forgot.
Come on, bud.
That's usually me.
Yeah, relax. It's just wrong with you though. When one goes off, it goes like there's like a million.
Everything's going off.
Like your
Yeah.
fucking speaker over here goes off. Then I might buy Forza 4.
Horizon 4
Yeah, I might.
for your new graphics card.
Ooh.
Yeah. I might do that.
That's all right.
Then I might, if I like that, I might give Motorsport a run on the next one. Then maybe I'll just transition to that.
Away from Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I don't want to give up Gran Turismo though. That's a problem. I like Gran Turismo.
What is it about Gran Turismo that you like?
I think
Or is it nostalgia? Have you always been playing these games?
it might be nostalgia. I just feel like
Gran Turismo seems to be longer developed. It
longer
gets
developed,
cooked
and there's
longer.
a little bit more of a polish to it. Like I don't know. There's just a je ne sais quoi about it. I can't explain.
It seems more professional to me.
I think maybe that's probably the best way to describe it.
Like Motorsport is really good,
It is good,
but it still feels
it still feels a little arcadey compared
Yeah.
to what a simulator should be. And Gran Turismo feels as simulator as you can get without being forced to use a steering wheel unit.
Are you still playing the last one? Are you still playing it at all or no?
The Gran Turismo Sport?
Yeah.
So I put that on pause because I started playing Burnout Paradise. I put Burnout Paradise on pause because I started playing Onrush. And I'm going to put Onrush on pause to probably start playing Forza.
Wait a second.
Holy God.
Wasn't Sport like a prologue type deal?
It felt like it was going to be, and then people bitching and complaining because there was no campaign, and they shoehorned in a campaign.
But I thought it was going to be like prologue was like just an in between game.
Yeah, but this isn't a prologue.
This is a numbered entry into the.
It's not a numbered entry either. It's just a sport. It's an entry. It's not a prologue though, and it's not a numerical entry.
But is this their
This
their
is
flagship title?
This is their This is their Gran Turismo entry for the PS4,
Okay.
and I don't know if we'll get it Gran Turismo 5 Gran Turismo Sport 2 for the PS4.
No, probably not.
It will probably be Gran Turismo 7 on the next PlayStation platform, which is a shame because that's 2 per consoles usually.
I remember the PS2s, like, they shipped with Gran Turismo, didn't they? Some of them? They had some bundles.
Maybe there was a
Gran
bundle.
Turismo 3, that's what I got when I was a kid.
3? Was it 3?
Yeah.
I personally like 2 and 4. Those were my favorites. I didn't
Have
mind.
you ever gone back to them? Have you ever gone back to them now?
No, usually when I retire, and the one that I played the longest, the one that gave the most amount of time was actually Gran Turismo 5. And then I jumped to 6, played that one for a bit. The reason why I actually did on 5, it was fucking dumb. To get into the career mode, it required you to do the one set of races. It was you had to use carts, go-karting was one of the things. The go-kart that is available on disc is not fast enough to outrace the other carts. They essentially wanted you to buy from the DLC using real money a better cart. Okay? Not only is that scuzzy to begin with, the worst fucking part was they took down that DLC from the store.
What?
So I couldn't even buy the piece I would need to progress in the game.
And you looked this up, and this was like a thing that was reported.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. It's like, well, then I guess I can't play this part of the game. Or I could. I'm just never going to win it. Like I will always just be last place because I can't upgrade this. I can't upgrade this cart, and I can't buy a better go kart. Like it's impossible.
Matt,
What's going on?
what's new?
Pussycat. Whoa.
Keeping up with that Fortnite.
Season 6, is it?
Season 6, yeah.
We all bought the battle pass.
I bought the battle pass. You bought the battle bundle.
I have to.
You have to.
Yeah.
The thing is I don't know if any of us are going to complete the pass this time.
No, because too many big games coming out.
Too many big games coming out.
Yeah.
But Marty and I were playing last night, and we determined it's not hard to determine because there's only 100 tiers, but we're only in week 2. We haven't completed all of our challenges in week 2 yet, and we're over tier 30, I think. So we're approaching the halfway point in week 2. So as long as you kind of claim your dailies, that's kind of how I'm doing it. Is I'm just gonna have the app. So I'm just gonna literally just sign in, make sure I claim my dailies. You can bank 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I'll just do my weeklies.
You haven't played it on that thing, have you?
No, not on my BlackBerry. No, it's not installed on here either.
Okay.
On my Samsung, but the screen's too small on this thing. But yeah, I'm just gonna make sure. Or I'll claim them on my PlayStation if I'm on there. But that's I think that's gonna be the key this season. Is I'll either get really close or so close that I can buy my way to the end.
Right.
But it's going super quick. Like I told Marty, I remember so I guess it'd be 2 seasons ago now. I was trying to get 10 tiers a week, I think it was. I wanted to be in week, or no, it would be more than that. So I was trying to get 20 a week. Level 20, sorry, not tiers. Level 20. I was going to say, what the hell am I talking about? Okay, level 20. I was trying to get 10 levels every single week at least to level up to Omega or whatever. In week 5, I was level 50, and I thought that was good back then, but I was actually too far behind to really catch up with the amount I played. I'm already into the 30s.
Right.
And it's week 2, and we haven't been killing ourselves playing. It's literally just because we're placing better now.
Yeah.
So we had a couple of rough nights where we weren't getting too many wins, but we had I think it was 2 nights where the one night we got 4 or 5 wins, the other one we got 3 or 4. So it's really people are right. If you start placing better at the very least, or winning, obviously.
Yeah.
It's such a different amount of XP. It's a totally different ball game.
Right.
And since we all have the battle pass now, we're getting even more bonus. 60 bonus, let's say, because there's 3 of us. So, because sometimes Sam will join, he has the battle pass, so it's a whole bunch of XP. And then, so yeah, so it's interesting because this is our first. Well, I guess last season was kind of the beginning of our we kind of hit our stride with skill, and now we're kind of getting it again. I'm starting to hone too now, hone in on stuff. So I'm actually watching training videos, just why am I
no, Matt,
why am I
please.
approaching?
No.
How do I approach these situations?
No.
Oh, I see this guy building here. What should I do? Do I go high? Do I go low? Do I hide?
Going
What
to
do I
the
do?
Fortnite boot camp.
Yeah, basically.
No, Matt, please.
Why? You watch tutorials, don't you?
No.
You don't watch tutorials on anything. You got a couch, you got to build it. You don't have any instructions. You're just like, oh, there it goes. You just sit on the pieces.
I learned how to play Hearthstone by losing over and over again until I started winning.
That's what Marty and I did for Fortnite. But there's a meta that evolves so quickly that I would have to play all the time. Like literally all the time. So I can catch up with that just by people telling me this was patched in, so don't use this gun anymore, or use this type of building method because this was patched in.
Matt, have you found yourself deciding not to do something else actively in your life so you could play Fortnite? Like,
No.
have you said to yourself at any point, I should be working, but I'm not, so I can play Fortnite?
No. I've only really, like, I don't really play Fortnite during the day at all, during the weekdays. And I don't really play it that much on the weekend either. It's more so just evenings.
Do you even play it alone much?
I played alone. Played alone here and there. Like it's mostly with Marty
Yeah.
because he like works.
I only play when people are online.
But like I will play it alone. Like if I was playing PlayStation right now, I'd be on it.
I usually grab like the mundane challenges, like drop in risky or something like that.
Yeah, those
I'll
stupid
do
ones.
those. I'll like wrap those ones up alone.
Yeah.
But I'm not actually playing to win. I'm just getting challenges. You know?
Yeah, like those are throwaway rounds for sure.
Yeah.
Like I mean, if you cared about stats, that's not great for your stats. But like we do the same thing. We'll just be like, fuck it, we're just gonna jump here to make sure we get the battle stars.
That comes apart, by the way. If you want to
How
just find one of the triangles that like flaps upwards, and then you can kind of just peel it apart. It's just magnets.
Oh.
Is that a puzzle or something? What is that?
Oh.
No, it's a map that can best illustrate a sphere, but fold out to represent the land masses accurately.
What the hell?
So the problem is the Earth is a sphere, right?
Not a perfect sphere, but yeah.
Well,
It's
it's
close
perfect.
enough.
Yeah.
But that's not the point of this.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was.
So you
I
can't.
got that from Neil deGrasse Tyson, by the way. so-
You're right. It's actually kind of pear-shaped.
Something like that. Yeah, I forget what the actual.
But when people hear
Term is-
pear-shaped, they think it's exaggerated. You can hardly tell.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But you can't take an image on a sphere and flatten it out and not distort something. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see,
You
okay.
can't take like a piece of paper and put it into a sphere and expect it to make a perfect sphere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So people have been making maps like forever trying to solve this problem, and that's one solution. And it's just a cool thing because you can actually visually see it unfold flat.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then
so it's
fold.
like that's just a map of the Earth.
Google like world map undistorted.
There's no perfect map though.
There's
That's
no
the thing.
yeah, it's no perfect map, but like you can Google what the actual what it more closely is more like everything at the top is kind of squished, and as you go further down, everything's more elongated.
It's to more accurately represent land mass rather than the shape of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Just more or less for navigation, right?
That's cool. Where'd you get this?
Got it at the Wild Center in the Adirondacks.
Nice.
Yeah. Which had nothing to do with. Well, no, they did have a big space thing. They had this amazing globe in the air. I think I told you about this, Matt. And it had projectors, and it had like a floating planet in the middle of the room, and they could change it to like Mars or Jupiter or something like that. And they had real time data for hurricanes and volcanoes and earthquakes, and they could actually show it to you right on the map.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I finished Tomb Raider. I don't know if I've said that on the podcast yet, but I finished Tomb Raider.
I think yeah, but I wasn't here. Go ahead.
That's pretty much it.
Did you like it?
Well, you
Oh, no, I
just,
did
you just
talk to- I
downloaded
did-
Odyssey.
I just downloaded Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah,
Maybe played like an hour of that so far.
you've been Fortniting as well.
I've been Fortniting.
Everyone's been Fortniting.
Not me.
We all Fortnite.
And
Nope.
we got the Overwatch Halloween
yeah,
event
put that fucking
on
Fortnite on hold.
October
Put
9th.
Put that at the end of your PlayStation library.
Fuck that.
And then we got Red Dead coming out. Then we got Spider-Man DLC.
Comes out in 2019 for me.
I'm still trying to figure out Red Dead. I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to ask myself how much of the online am I actually going to play? Like, am I just going to play?
I can tell you this much. I played a bunch of GTA Online, but then I stopped and never played again.
Really?
Also, Red Dead Online is not coming out at launch.
Oh, really?
It's
No.
like a month later, and it's coming out in beta the next month in November.
Oh, well, a month doesn't really help them.
I don't know if it's actually a full month. They said it's sometime in November.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not even going to bother buying it at launch.
There you go.
There you go.
So that solves that because I would very much, you know what? Because here's the thing: though. After that month, if you and Marty are pretty much done with it online, if you think you're going to be done with it in a month, that makes it easy for me.
Here's the thing, though. Like,
Yeah, it could be really grindy.
Marty is kind of more seldom with when he's playing online, or at least playing with us. You know, so I'm not gonna just play it alone, and so it might fall off quicker than it would if we had someone like Matt who would like play it whenever.
Because maybe I also kind of want to save our online like momentum for Division 2.
I'm definitely getting that.
Yeah,
that's far enough out. I
I'm getting
think.
that fucking.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
getting that
far out.
launch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pre-order the shit out of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm surprised how much you guys love that
I'm
game.
going for that. Yeah.
Nah, I
Jesus
play-
Christ.
yeah.
You joined us.
The
We
Division-
don't even talk. We just do missions.
No,
That was really funny.
I never realized that we did
yeah,
that.
Ryan's like, "Where are you guys going?" He's like, "We're doing the mission." He's like, "You didn't say anything." He's like, "I guess we don't have to. We just
Yeah,
know to do
I
this.
did think
We
of
just
it, yeah.
go here, do it, go."
You guys had your own language you spoke, and then you would just disappear on my
No,
map.
but,
I'm
but,
like,
but,
wait,
but it's funny
whoa.
because we were chatting, but we were not chatting. Like we were chatting about
Yeah.
fucking movies or podcasts or whatever. We were just that was really funny.
They better have more hairstyles. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
Destiny didn't. They had the exact same goddamn character creation options.
Yeah, but Division also like really upgraded their game throughout its life.
I just want hair options, people. That's all I want. That's all I ask for.
I mean, you don't.
Turn
you
down-
wouldn't want a game with a bunch of good hair
You can
options in a
turn
shitty
down.
game.
You can turn down the lighting physics. You don't need all that. Hair options
That's weird.
and hair physics.
Anyways, I think that actually answered my question. I think I'm going to wait on.
You gonna do the Fallout 76?
I will probably launch
76.
Fallout 4 soon. Then
76.
maybe
It's the prologue.
what?
It's the earliest one.
No, my brain doesn't work like that. Also,
You're not concerned with the order of the story. You're concerned with the release date.
yeah.
Well, it's not even really. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be much of a story, to be honest.
And here's the thing though, Matt. If you say you're gonna be playing that game for as long as if you're gonna be playing the game for as long as you say you are,
I mean, assuming it's the way I think it is.
the way that they market it and the way that you think you're gonna treat that game, that it's gonna be an ongoing venture, then I'm not worried about jumping in immediately.
But think about this though. Like me, typically on an Elder Scrolls or like a Fallout game is probably like maybe 80 to 100 hours. That's just for a core standard single player game for me. Okay.
And that's you too to remind it. So like you don't look in the
I
corners.
don't
you don't
explore
look for
that
secrets.
much.
Yeah.
So if this is going to be an online game that they said is going to last forever, it's going to continue to grow and stuff. You know.
That's a lot.
Well, me and Matt will probably be playing it by the time you join at any point in the next like year or so.
Yeah.
You know.
Now,
That's why-
Marty
that's
and I
why
were
I'm not
discussing
worried.
this though. There's one possible concern about this. Is I thought they were going to somehow, and I didn't hear this from the developers. I just assumed. I thought that they were going to do something where they were going to level the world somehow, where it would work for your squad.
Right.
So it would be like
Your
if
scout.
you and I are level 10 and you're level 1, Adriano, it would your gun would still do a decent amount of damage. It'd just be like an invisible damage multiplier or something. I thought that's how it was going to work. Apparently, and again, this is through speculation. I watched through the E3 stuff again recently, and they have levels beside the creatures. So if I'm level 60 and you join, I'm level 60
goodbye,
and you're level
Adriano.
1. Now it's like then we have to create a new character, which isn't that big of a deal. But if somebody else falls behind, then we have another level gap. Like I think it might be. It might be more traditional.
This is you speculate. We don't know this yet.
It's total speculation.
Okay.
Total speculation.
Well, and then we'll decide closer to release. But also, that might not. Here's the thing, though. I might also start Fallout 4 and realize, like, you know what, this franchise isn't even for me.
I mean, that's true.
Like it took me a whole generation later, and you to sit down beside me to get through 2 other games.
That's true.
It's like I may not just want to be, and like if I do Bethesda RPG, I might want to just do a fantasy one. I might not want to do a post-apocalyptic one.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls.
So like I might not even like will end up doing Fallout. Like if there's one franchise in the horizon that I would absolutely drop is the one that I'm barely in to begin with. It would be
Yeah.
Fallout. So
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm going to be playing it regardless. Like you guys were like talking about Red Dead, and I was like, well, you know where I will be. Like there ain't no moving that.
Yeah. Fuck, if Rockstar made a pirate-esque GTA game, oh, that would be fucking fantastic.
Well, I think we should really give Sea of Thieves a go.
Yeah, we'll give Sea of
the
Thieves
old
a go.
Game Pass.
I'd just buy it already.
That's not a Rockstar type. I wouldn't compare that to Rockstar.
No,
though.
it's not a Rockstar game, but it's like if we're looking for a free roaming pirate game, that's
No, but I think he wants like the spectacle and the level of
The
detail.
polish
Oh,
and
you
of
the-
want specifically the Rockstar style.
Yeah.
I thought,
Yeah.
I thought you just wanted the free roam. I was like,
No,
well,
no.
we have that at our disposal.
No, yeah, it would. I'm so curious about it, but like if Ubisoft could make a good open world game, if Ubisoft could make a GTA game, and they could.
Well, let's see what the Skull and Crossbones is
But
like.
I thought that was just vehicle based. Like
Skull
I
and
thought,
Bones.
I thought
Or
that's
Skull
just
and
ship.
Bones is, yeah.
I thought that was just ship battle. Like
Something
you
sold
don't
me
leave.
on that, I think.
The last E3, yeah, they had some pretty good content.
Yeah, there was something about it that sold me on it because it wasn't as competitive or something. I can't remember what it was that sold me. I got to rewatch that.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. I remember us like watching it and us being interested, but it also isn't. It's just vehicle. Like there's no.
You want to
there's no-
explore islands
yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's hop into the stories.
Do it.
Speaking
Do
of Fortnite, Matt, PlayStation is finally
Woo!
beginning. So we're at the very edge of this, of them supporting crossplay for Fortnite. So they're launching like a beta, I guess is what they're calling it, because they want to see. I'm not sure what the beta is for. They want to see if it runs well, if it goes over well.
You know what? Fair enough. I ain't gonna complain if they're gonna do a beta. If they want to do a beta, yeah, fair enough. If
I
they did
wonder-
that in the beginning and just said, "Hey guys, we're gonna be a little more cautious than the others," be like,
But
okay.
they don't need to do a beta. Well, there's nothing to beta.
I wonder.
I have a theory regarding
Yeah, go
this.
ahead. Yeah.
You want me to tell you the
Yeah,
theory?
give it to us. Yeah.
Okay. I have a theory that, and again, this is total speculation, that Sony is calling it a beta because they, first of all, they're not fully committed. Now, if they commit, I think that they're going to do it individually. So they'll maybe talk to Rockstar and be like, do you want Red Dead to be crossplay? You got to give us something that no one else gets. I want 10 skins that no one else gets because PlayStation's the best place to play. You don't do that, can't be crossplay. Sorry, buddy. Same with Elder Scrolls Legends. Give me 10 card packs for all my users, and that's a free DLC. You don't do that, sorry, can't be crossplay. Because PlayStation is the best place to play. Total speculation. I think that's what's happening.
That's not exactly my hypothesis on this, but I was thinking that they more want a way out. This is a beta. They're saying, okay, we're dipping our toe in, but it's an easy way to say, okay, it didn't work out. Sorry, guys, and then they're out.
That would be bad.
My thing is, they know they're gonna have to. They know they're losing ground here, and they're going to eventually just accept crossplay. But they're using this as like a, hey, we successfully ran the test. Now we want to crossplay the entire time. We just finally were able to do it.
Well, just a few weeks ago, we were talking about how Sony was falling behind Xbox in terms of the value proposition. And then all of a sudden,
Now it's catching up.
PlayStation Now, they're saying PS2 games,
you can download.
PS3 games you can now have on your console, and then they're doing this with the crossplay. So maybe they're just slow, but they are starting to realize we got to do something.
The thing is, though, is if and I don't know whether they were, but if they were planning this the whole time, I think what they should have just said, like, companies need to be more transparent, assuming they were planning this. They just come out and say, hey, guys, we're going to do this. We want to do a beta, and we're going to do this in 4 months.
But I think
Nobody would say a fucking word. It'd be like, oh, okay, cool.
because they want it to be a spectacle. They want to announce it and everyone to go nuts on Twitter like they do. You know what I mean?
But people were fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And then there was a fight. There's always fights on friggin' Facebook and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm happy with this. Like,
So
What the fuck
how
is
do
that
we?
noise?
that's his graphics card.
That's my graphics card. Yeah.
Just a fan.
It's been doing that for about like 4 years now.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've ever noticed it.
It's just a fan, yeah. Just loud.
I wonder if the mic's picking that up.
We'll find out.
That'd be easy to cancel out.
So how does this work? Are we already doing it when we play Fortnite? Are we playing with Xbox guys? Do we know?
No, so it'll
Do you have to opt in or something?
no, so basically what it is in terms of Fortnite, which is the only game that's doing it right now. Basically it'll be like you have to add each other to Epic Friends. So let's just hypothetically say I'm on PC and you're on the PlayStation, and then let's say Marty's on Xbox.
Oh, so you already did this, Marty, right?
I did this with Marty before this whole crossplay thing
Right.
because the PC worked. But like, let's hypothetically say Marty's Xbox, your PC, or sorry, I'm PC, your PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Literally, we have to add each other to our Epic friends, right? So we all have Epic accounts, and then we add each other. Fair enough. Then you just go into your Epic friends. You see your friend online. You can invite him no matter what platform he's on. and
Okay,
then,
so it's
there you go.
it's not necessarily I'll be put into a game with Xbox people. I can simply play with them though. I can
But
invite them
you-
to my
But
party.
you will because
Because it
Because
when
it crossed
Other,
play.
other people will have it, and
it would
if
just,
you
it would
notice,
just-
there's
it would
mobile
just-
players. They're like looking at you, and then they like turn over to the left, and it's like, "What's that guy doing?" And then he like starts to turn around and panic, and then we're shooting at him, and he doesn't know what's going on, and he's just kind of
what
turning.
I'm saying, let's say no one was in a group. All 100 people were not in a group.
Yes.
would only PS4 people then show up in the map?
No, I think they would just all lobby. They would just they'll just grab players wherever they can.
The thing is, though, is that when we joined on PC, so what it used to say at the top it would say same platform.
Mm-hmm.
What it shows now is there's like a gamepad, like a little controller. When I was playing on PC with somebody, I think we had tested it again or something. It was the second time I had done it. That little gamepad switched to a mouse and keyboard, and then it said we were matchmaking with mouse and keyboard. So I'm not sure like how it works, but there is an indicator. Like I haven't really delved into it, but there is an indicator and probably a way to check.
So what about your loot situation?
So right now, what they're doing, they said that now this is upon the launch. So it would launch what, this week or last week?
Last week, yeah.
So it launched last week. So upon the launch of this feature, Epic released a thing on Reddit. They said that they were working on a way to unlink a console from an account, because right now you could have multiple Epic accounts because they weren't able to merge before. And then they said that they're working on now that if you had progress on Xbox and you had legitimate progress on PlayStation as well, they were working on a way to merge so that it would
to stack it all together.
Which is what I'm waiting for. Even though I don't have progress on Xbox, I don't want to deal with this unlinking crap, and then I'll just merge them.
So this is from the Playstation.blog. Following a comprehensive evaluation process, SIE has identified a path towards supporting cross-platform features for select third-party content. We recognize that the PS4 players have been eagerly awaiting an update, and we appreciate the community's continued patience as we have navigated through the issue to find a solution. And they go on to say, the first step will be an open beta beginning today for Fortnite that will allow for cross-platform gameplay, progression, and commerce across PS4, Android, iOS, Nintendo, Switch, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and Mac operating systems. So the commerce was the big deal that they were worried about. Remember, they didn't want people buying stuff not on a PlayStation.
That's a good question. Is right. Like before, it was like, let's say I buy 1,000 V-Bucks and then I earn 1,000. So I have 2,000 total on my PlayStation. Let's say I purchased everything on my PlayStation and earned it on my PlayStation. Before, if I went on my PC, I would only have 1,000. It would take away
only what you earned.
Only what I earned
is crossplay.
I haven't checked whether that's different now because I have a couple of bought V-Bucks right now. I should check that actually.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how, because this is what I did when I booted up Fortnite.
Right.
I made an Epic account. I downloaded the client. I made an account on PC. And then when I went and I launched it on PlayStation, I went and signed in with my Epic account on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm. Which links it.
Yep. I'm wondering but I never did that on Switch or Xbox or mobile.
So what happens now when you log into those, right? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I think the linking is allowed, but I think there's going to be I don't think they've worked out the items yet.
But I have nothing. But I gained nothing. Like I've never launched the game on mobile, Xbox, Switch, or PC. Like
Right.
I've never launched on any of those. I've only ever launched it on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering do I even have to worry about this linking thing, or from this point forward, if I were,
I think from this point forward you'll be fine.
But before they blocked the linking, that was the whole thing.
Yes, but here's the thing though. But now, do I need to worry? Like when if I do decide to just launch it on Xbox, will my PlayStation stuff just be there? Like will it just automatically know?
I think so.
If I just sign in with my Epic account,
I think so because they're saying progression and then the commerce is coming over. So
I
think that would include all that stuff.
I know that people were reporting that they didn't have their items when they tested it on their Xbox, but that was the very first day. I haven't looked after that. So I think they're like I said with the account merging and all that, they're probably working on that, or they've done it now. I haven't checked.
Yeah.
But in your case, the best thing for you to do would be because they're working on account merging and everything anyway, the best thing you could do is just link as many things as you can to the Epic account.
But why would I need to link account or merge? Because I haven't actually signed in.
No, but if you were to boot up on your Switch, you were to boot Fortnite up on your Switch, it would ask you, and then you shouldn't make a new one. You should link it. That's what I'm saying.
I thought you meant make a separate Epic Games account.
No, I'm saying don't do that.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were saying make two separate Epic Games accounts and then just merge them later. And then it's like, no, why would I do that?
No, God, no, don't do that.
That's a mess, yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that if you can avoid it. Frick.
Oh, my brother was telling me his fucking gripe with Spotify. You think I'm bad? My brother's complaining about a Spotify issue that he's having. He went and made a Spotify account a year ago or something, and he accidentally typed in the wrong user, the screen name. He's like, he accidentally just mistyped what he wanted to do. He's like, oh, this is fucking dumb. You can't change it. It's locked in. So he contacted Spotify. They're like, what you do is you just close the account
Oh.
and then just shut down everything, close it,
I just delete your account. That's fine.
delete it. 10 days after it's deleted, we wipe that name from the database. It's available for to grab it again. He's like, okay. So he did that like a year ago. He got around to just making it again.
Okay.
As soon as he types in the email, it just like resurrects that old account with like the misspelled
The
name.
username.
Yeah. And he's like, I sent them the biggest fucking email. He's like, if they don't fix this, they have an office here in Toronto. He's like, I'm gonna fucking walk over there. I'm gonna talk to them in person.
God.
Aren't they like a European company or something?
Yeah, apparently they have an office.
What
in
are the guys in Toronto going to do?
I don't know.
No, wait, please, sir.
Stop
Let me in there.
Stop breaking stuff.
Is the database in there?
The files are in the computer.
Staplers are for paper, sir.
Oh my god. All right, so Marvel's Spider-Man on PS4 was a big hit. It's the best-selling exclusive title for PlayStation.
So it is a forever PlayStation exclusive.
I think so.
There's no
So, I
talk
think
of it of any other platform.
from what I've gathered, Sony was involved from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which makes sense considering they have Spider-Man movie rights.
But
Marvel offered them to pick any character they wanted.
yes, they said
Insomniac, not
yeah.
Sony.
That's the craziest part. They said which character you want to work on, and Insomniac said we kind of just want to do Spider-Man. They're like, okay, go for it. Like they could have picked.
I'm sure Sony was
They could
smiling
have
after
they could
that.
have picked the Silver Surfer if they wanted to.
Man, that would have been good.
Well, they it wasn't so much you have free range. It was you choose a character, come back to us.
And we'll approve it or not.
Essentially, yeah. And clearly, Spider-Man's been Marvel's biggest character for years, decades. And Sony owns the property for that, or at least the rights to use it. So they were probably happy.
Well, because here's the thing, though. So one of the phrases I've been hearing thrown around is MGU.
I don't know if that's the case. When they say this is the Iron Man of the video game universe, they're not necessarily meaning it's going to spawn a universe of interconnected games.
Oh, fucking awesome would that be, though?
They're just saying this is the Marvel game that's going to kick off a great selection of superhero games for Marvel.
Basically reviving essentially what old movie games used to do.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, though.
I would love an MGU though.
I would love an MGU as well, but I'm saying is if they were to move forward with MGU, this Sony exclusive thing would not work. Disney would not fucking allow that. They would not allow an MGU to be console locked to one
But
thing.
there's also nothing stopping them from their next game being multi-platform
and
still including Spider-Man in the universe.
That's what I was saying. It's like you could just make the
Spider-Man games.
Spider-Man game Sony exclusive, and anything else within this MGU would be multi-platform.
Yeah.
Which would still leave a bad taste in a lot of players' mouths, but that's one thing. Kind of like the Hulk and Universal rights. You know how that works?
They own the movie rights.
If it's a dedicated Hulk movie and he's by himself, it's Universal.
Yeah.
If Disney can put him in an Avengers or any other movie, and without their permission, they can just do it.
That's why Thor Ragnarok was kind of a Thor and Hulk movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, movie licensing.
Well, the problem is, I don't think they ever, back when they made those deals, they never thought they would ever do anything with it.
Yeah.
And they just said, okay, just give us money, make your crappy films,
Yeah.
and we'll just take the money.
Yeah, Marvel was in a rough spot.
Well, now they're just buying the companies back to get there.
That's the craziest fucking part. It's like you're not gonna sell our own franchise back. We're just gonna buy your company.
Yeah.
It's like Bruce Wayne when he got kicked out of the restaurant. He's like, I'm just gonna buy this restaurant.
I honestly want to hear what the Marvel or the Disney execs were saying when they bought Fox. Is it truly just to get the X-Men franchise back?
No, it's probably not that. They probably saw a bigger investment as well.
Yeah.
They have distribution.
Well, they have that streaming service coming out too.
They
All
have
that
the
Fox
streaming
content is good.
That's the thing though. It's not Fox content.
I understand. Yes,
It's the films, yes, but not the shows.
But they get the rights to broadcast it.
Not necessarily in post streaming.
No.
Like television rights and post television rights and syndication rights are a very tricky thing because the Fox doesn't own House after House is done.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
Fox
that, yeah.
only owned the initial broadcast rights to House. NBC actually made that show, and NBC gets to decide what happens to that in post syndication.
But I'm not talking just the network shows, but the Fox movies.
The Fox movies would live perpetually on a streaming service.
Yeah.
The Fox shows would be tricky.
Yeah.
like the only other thing that they would gain and they would make a lot of money from is what happens with a lot of networks is they retain the merchandising rights forever. Yeah. Okay, no matter even though it's Gracie Films and Gracie Films will own The Simpsons forever and ever, Fox will always own the toy rights and the video game rights to that stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's how that works.
Okay. Now, you haven't played the Spider-Man game. Matt just quit. He's done.
Matt just left.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I've ever seen him get up in the middle of the podcast. I wonder if he had to poo that bad. Well, we'll send your questions in to the podcast to see how Matt... Sorry, you asking me what?
You haven't played the Spider-Man game, but it was really good.
I've been listening to a lot of coverage about it.
What character would you want to see next if they were to do an MGU or game GM?
MGU, Marvel Gaming Universe?
MGU, yeah.
What character would I want to see or play as?
Spider-Man kind of made sense because we've seen a bunch of Spider-Man games. The Iron Man games they had for the movie was just kind of weird, you know. And other than that, Marvel games have kind of been fighting games or something like that.
How about like a Thor game where you're like running through Valhalla and like a God of War, Dante's Inferno-esque style?
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and you're comboing together and you're defeating super mega gods.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
That'd
be pretty damn good.
Trying to bypass Loki and save Odin. I think that would be interesting.
There's kind of some obvious
and they get
choices.
the fucking God of War people on that one.
Another Sony exclusive, though?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think an obvious choice would be like Captain America. That could kind of be like a Batman Arkham type deal where it's just a beat 'em up kind of combo game. Because definitely the Spider-Man game is heavily
The Spider-Man
influenced.
game was like the easiest one to like...
Well, it was influenced by the Arkham games, I think.
Yes. Matt, what Marvel... Matt, you know, who was there the entire time? Who definitely didn't leave to go take a shit?
I mean, it was like 20
fast,
seconds, so that would have been
boom.
like a bang.
You know,
shook the foundation of my house.
You know the ass.
Jesus Christ!
You know the ass explosion on the back of the.
Yeah,
that's gross.
You know the pebble toss.
That's gross.
What Marvel character would you want to see
in another game?
Yeah. In another game.
Yeah.
Can it be a Spider-Man sequel?
I think that's a given, though.
Black Canary. This is really cool. I like this.
Arm fell off, boy.
I kind of want to do a Spider-Man villain.
No, because then...
I kind of want to do like the Rhino or something.
No, you don't.
Venom.
Because when they do that, you get shitty movies like Venom.
No, but that's...
Ouch, tonight.
That's a movie. That's a movie that ain't... It ain't the same. Come on. That'd be pretty good playing as a villain. Because they fight other people, too. Like, you could make him... Because, like, you don't want to make Spider-Man look bad. So you can make him fight other villains.
Yeah, I guess. Like, to gain control. See, like, but, like, the idea of, like, an MGU just makes me want... Oh, I thought you were going to get up and take another shit, Matt.
No. Yeah, I'm just shitting every 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Matt, you had 2 grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah, and
sewed
also
together by fucking hamburger patty.
I also had 2 iced teas and a coffee. So I had to go rock a piss.
Oh, man. See, okay, but, like, thinking about this MGU just makes me want, like, a DC gaming universe.
If they built up the Arkham universe.
If they built up the Arkham one, and it's like, oh fuck, if they had like, because they tease other
well, they teased everything. Like, holy Christ.
Yeah, it's like they mentioned Flash, Green Arrow, Superman. Pretty sure Wonder Woman's teased in there too.
Well, Rocksteady is working on something right now, so we don't know what that is yet.
I thought they did. I thought they did announce. I thought it was a Ninja Turtles game. That's what I have in my head that it's a Ninja Turtles
God
game.
damn it,
Man, if it's a fucking good Ninja Turtles game, I'm down for that.
I would be fucking excited for that. And you
Fucking
play
down for that.
but Ryan, think of like
I have no connection to them though. I never
Come on,
watched.
come
I
on,
never
Ryan,
watched
you making fun
them.
of fucking
we
TMNT,
were going to
bud.
play the original Ninja Turtles game on
Oh,
NES.
Lord.
Friggin' Turtles in a
It
half
is-
shell.
It is
What are you laughing at?
Turtles in a half. The Ninja Turtles game on Nintendo, one of the hardest fucking games.
I've seen the Angry Video Game
Oh,
Nerd
it's so bad.
review.
So bad good. But like, oh man, because like there's also the Injustice games, and like those kind of like, oh man, I wish they had done like a bigger DC gaming universe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess my answer would be Thor with the Marvel one. Do like a God of War-esque Thor game.
I think a Doctor Strange game could be cool.
What
Visually, it'd be pretty crazy.
It visually like what?
I think it would turn into like press circle to like throw a ball of fire at him.
Yeah, like
just keep doing that over and over again.
I see. But like, what would like a mission of a Doctor Strange game look like?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's for smarter people to figure out.
I think Spider-Man is like perfect because he just hits things and he swings around.
that or like a Guardians of the Galaxy game, maybe.
You go to different
Telltale?
planets.
You can never scratch that. Scratch that.
I could probably pick that up dirt cheap now.
What about an Avengers game?
We talked about that, but that would be difficult because you'd have to design every hero is so different in their abilities. They'd have to design a whole slew of abilities.
They kind of did with Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah, but that was a fighting game, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a isometric. I guess it'd be isometric fighting game.
I think it's a little more difficult when you go into the 3D space and you're like flying around as Iron Man and.
No, but it was still 3D. That game was 3D. It was on
no, but
PS3
you don't move into a 3D space though, right? Isn't it just on the 2D plane? And
no, it's a full. It's like Champions of Norath. Have you ever played that?
No.
It's like Diablo.
Oh,
It's like Diablo except you control it with a stick. Yeah, it's
Okay.
basically like console Diablo, but it's with the different heroes.
Well, they had Marvel Heroes, which is like that actually.
There's that
It's
too.
The MMO that got canceled.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know.
All right,
Good question.
let's move on. Ireland has backed down from labeling loot boxes as gambling. This comes to us from IGN.
Good.
Irish legal news reports that Ireland Department of Justice Minister of State, Jesus Christ, David Stanton told the Irish Senate last week.
Why was that a Jesus Christ?
That the department, because the Irish legal news reports that Ireland Department of Justice Minister of State, Ireland Department of Justice Minister of State.
Holy Christ!
That might be
extra long.
That might be a
card.
typo. I'm not sure. Okay, but anyway, he told the Irish Senate last week that the department does not have a role to regulate game developers on how their games work, nor in the offering of in-game purchases. However, it should be understood that if a game offers in-game purchases, be they loot boxes, skins, etc., which are promoted to gamers as increasing their chances of success, such as purchases that are essentially a commercial or e-commerce activity, this activity would fall under normal consumer law.
Doesn't it already? Like,
Well, prior to their previous ruling,
Oh, okay.
they did rule it was gambling.
Okay.
I guess now he's saying that it's just basic commerce. So I think the thing with the gambling is you need to have that chance to lose money. But when you're buying loot boxes or something, you're only getting something for it.
Yes, like you're always getting something.
Yeah. But this raises a question though. Those stupid games where you pop $1 in and you get the claw come down.
That's what.
Isn't that gambling?
That's what pisses me off. That's
technically a game of skill.
No, because they programmed the thing to not work.
Yeah.
But prove that.
And it's
Look at the damn thing.
No, Matt. My argument with that though, it's a lottery like anything else. You don't know what you're getting. And not to mention, if that's gambling, so is every single card pack of hockey cards or baseball cards that anyone has ever opened.
It's
going as far back
thing,
as the 1950s or 40s is when that thing.
Yeah.
Like any pack that you open up not knowing what you're getting in there, guess what? Gambling. But why is it now that it's been digitized?
That's probably the best way to describe this to politicians.
Yeah.
Actually.
So they can understand
they won't fucking understand.
I had baseball cards.
Yeah. Oh, man, baseball cards. Okay.
My mom tossed them in the dumpster.
Fuck.
I credit carded so many of them.
Used to come with a stick of gum, man.
What are you telling me?
I don't know.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, see, I didn't think you knew. I figured Adriano did know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't look at me after saying that.
Anyway, this is going to be, I think, an ongoing debate. We'll see where it ends up. Moving on, Harry Potter. There's a new game leaked, and I guess it was at a mall, and it was like one of these deals where they like, hey kids, come in here and look at this game, but sign this NDA first. And the person who recorded it, I guess they claimed they did not sign an NDA, and they never took their phone away.
Interesting.
And so they felt
Wait,
the right
wait.
to just
So this game was at a mall?
Yeah, that's such a random thing. It's like, hey, just come in
Apparently-
here and look at this fucking pre-release game.
Apparently, this happens all the time. They'll go to like a public place, bring in average people, tell them to look at it, and get feedback from them.
Oh, you know what? This actually makes sense.
Did it happen to you?
No, but I actually, yeah, okay, continue. But yeah, no, it didn't happen with me. But like,
That's weird that you just like stopped
but,
it.
Yeah.
but as soon as you describe that, like they'll secretly round up people, get their opinion on it, and
Yeah.
then
And then sometimes they'll offer you like money, like
Yeah.
$10 gift card or something like
yeah.
that.
That's
So anyway,
alright.
this person like recorded footage of this Harry Potter game that's coming out. It looks like an open world RPG, and it takes place in the 1800s in the Harry Potter universe.
1800s.
Yeah,
Fuck, that sounds amazing.
and you're like a fifth-year student,
Oh fuck, eh?
and there's like some bad things going on in the Forbidden
Harry
Forest.
Potter GU. HPGU.
Well, I don't know if it's canon. We literally have no information on this, but I don't think it's canon because they said it so far away that I feel like they just didn't want to deal with that stuff.
What, the J.K. Rowling stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's probably going to be their own interpretation of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's legitimate based on one specific fact.
Well, how incredible it looked! It looked almost finished.
But not besides that. There's one specific thing that
What's that?
happened. Warner Brothers had the video pulled down from that Reddit.
Oh, they went after
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah. It's like if it was fake, they wouldn't give it a second thought.
But the,
Oh,
qual-
they pulled it.
it was like it was been pulled out by Warner Bros. Like, okay, this is real then. Like this.
and to me, the quality looks so great. I don't think anyone would just whip that up for a fake,
Yeah.
like a troll on the internet.
Did
Like,
you?
that
Oh,
wouldn't
she
be-
watched it.
Well, it really got pulled down, but people were able to find mirrored versions of it in GIF form.
Oh my!
So
Christ.
you lose the audio, and it's pretty poor quality.
Yeah.
But I have seen it, and it looks
I
pretty good.
I have not actually seen it.
I haven't seen it,
So,
but
If
I'm not
you
into
have that GIF.
it might still be live. Yeah,
Yeah.
I recently sent it to Marty, so I can forward it to you.
Yeah.
So I guess
feature.
it's going to be made by Avalanche Studios. They made Disney Infinity, and were shut down, but Warner Brothers bought them and
Okay.
saved them. And that's who apparently.
Avalanche is the people that make Just Cause.
Warner Brothers bought the studio that was making Disney games.
Yeah.
No, wait a second here. I thought that Avalanche was the ones that made Just Cause.
Well, we have the power of Google.
The power of the internet.
Gunlance.
If I turn on my phone, I'm turning on Hearthstone, so I'm not going to do it.
Jeez, you get that addicted, eh?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, created by
yeah,
Avalanche
Avalanche
Studios.
Studios. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Well, god frickin' damn.
So this game's not going to be good.
I wouldn't say
You don't
that.
know- You don't know
I wouldn't
that.
say that. People love
Wait,
Just Cause.
But the Just Cause games are not. They're not well put together games. They're fun and they're a playground to play in,
But that's what they're for.
but
though.
they're not well put together. And
but
Disney
that's-
Infinity had a bunch of bugs.
And isn't that what you would want out of a Harry Potter game? Is to
No.
be a wizard in a playground?
So me and Marty first thought it was going to
Wizard in a playground. Woo!
be, me and Marty first thought it was going to be Rocksteady, and that would have been incredible.
That would have been fucking. that
Yeah.
would've- Oh man.
And I guess now it's Avalanche though. Or Marty also thought.
Wait. Why do we think it's Avalanche though?
I don't actually know why we think that.
Unless it's like a portion of the
Did
team.
the person report? Like, did they see a title card or anything when they recorded it? Like, yeah.
I don't have that information on
Yeah.
hand here.
So how? Yeah.
It could just be the thought that Warner Brothers bought them, and they probably think Rocksteady's working on the Ninja Turtles thing,
Or
and Monolith
something that I
is
didn't
probably
make up in
working
my head.
on Mordor 3. You know, so there you go. I guess order of elimination.
Mordor. You think Mordor did good enough? The second one?
Yeah.
yeah. They less than a year
They-
after
they-
its
they put a
release,
ton
they
of
went
work
and
still
fucking
into it,
reworked
so-
everything to
Yeah.
take out the microtransactions.
Yeah, they put a ton of work into it, so I think that
Must have been being used.
Yeah.
People playing it.
yeah,
Frick, that game was boring. Holy Christ!
I liked it.
Didn't even get through the first one.
I got through the first one. I couldn't handle the second. I
I
literally wanted
found
a longer game, and it
my
was longer. It
my
was
two
too boring.
biggest gripes to the first one was I found it cheap. I found some of the attack patterns of enemies, especially those big werewolf dog things.
Yeah.
Like when one got on top of you, it was hard to
Get him
get
off.
out of it. The other thing that pissed me off, let me say pissed me off. The other thing I didn't like about it was for a game that takes place in a super vast open world as Mordor, it did not feel desolate.
Especially when you could just like wraith run across the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like if I was in a spot and I panned, I could just see like camps and settlements everywhere. It's like I want to see nothing for
Admittedly, though,
kilometers.
everything's in ruins. That's not like any of those castles are in great shape.
But I want distance between those castles that should not be in great shape.
So it's like desolate with
Yeah.
some of the strongest structures
Yeah.
survived.
Like I haven't played it yet, and I plan to. But
Like
like
Shadow of War,
no, Mad Max, the PS4
Okay.
iteration.
that game's fucking desolate.
Yes, that is if they could take that map layout and put it on Shadow Mordor or whatever it's called. The
Shadow of War,
Shadow of
slash
War.
Shadow
Mordor War whatever. Like if they could treat it like that desolate, that is what I was looking forward. It's like I want to explore and find a random encampment of orcs, slaughter the fuck out of them, and then pick up a direction and keep going.
I guess
That's
the game's actually called Middle Earth.
That's the series. Yeah,
Middle Earth. Shadow of Mordor. Middle Earth. Shadow of War.
Yeah, that's right. But regardless,
You
You
just
know,
look so unenthused.
Yeah,
like, that doesn't really matter.
But
yeah.
you understand my point.
Yes, yeah. I'm just saying.
I would say in Mad Max, I kind of wish the fuel was more of an issue.
Why you never run out of fuel?
I've never even
Yeah.
close to running out of fuel.
And even if you did, there was like a little camp somewhere you could go run to and just find a can.
But that's the thing, though, is that camp should be so far away that I should be like, fuck, I gotta go back.
But
and
then
get
what do you
gas.
do? Though?
What?
But then what do you? Oh, you wanted to like you had to manage it, so you had to
So
go
it's like,
watch
oh, I'm out of gas.
your
You ever gotta get out now and go
Your
fucking find
gasoline.
gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should in a game like that, you should never have enough gas. The full amount of gas in your tank should not be enough to get you from one settlement to another. There should be a what the fuck is that? What's happening in your house, Ryan?
It's getting old.
What is that?
There should be one of the things that you should have to take with you in your inventory is a gas can of gas. So you have to fill it up.
You do
again.
that.
Yeah.
You have a gas can.
But no, you could be in a situation where you don't have to do that, where you can get from one settlement to another without having to do that, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying
you want to be like so desolate that like
so desolate
you
that,
literally need that extra gas.
you need every time you even think about leaving, you're like, I not only need to have a full tank of gas now, I need to have a gas can with me. If I don't have that, I can't even think about leaving this fucking town. That's what I want from Nova World.
I think maybe the lore is because you're beside like Gas Town. But yeah, don't throw that at me.
Well, I think going back to Mordor, I think the whole point of that game is to kill orcs, and so they didn't want to make the orcs like seldom and far apart.
But the game is weird because of that.
In universe, it's weird, but you're supposed to be killing orcs nonstop.
Okay, but
Like, that's the point of the game.
You can still have orcs in there, but just like maybe you can still have them in the middle of nowhere. But for me, it was just like
because in the movies they do just like run across the field and they're just like all running for like days on end.
yeah, it's like I look around, it's like I can't
orcs
get
everywhere.
I can't get
Fucking
lost
oops.
here if I wanted to. Like I can't. I always know exactly where I'm going, and that's not what I watching. I only read the Fellowship of the Ring, but watching the Peter Jackson movies, I'm like that's not the feeling I got from it.
Shadow of War is more populated too. There's more on the map,
Yeah,
like more than ever.
Yeah, I want desolation in my Lord of the Rings.
That makes sense if you're in Mordor, to be honest. Like if there was an open world RPG, that would be the desolate area.
No, but not well. No,
What?
because Mordor is like where all the orcs are. It's literally where they all are.
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, is like how desolate is this place?
It's supposed to be bigger. Yes.
Maybe that's our problem.
Yeah.
The game feels strange to me. I think that's my issue. The game feels strange to me. It feels gimmicky. Like there's.
It doesn't have that same sense of scale and epicness as the movies do.
Well, I liked the beginning of it. Slight spoiler alert. In the beginning, there's like that siege on the one fort. That feels legitimate because you're under siege, and then eventually you're just like, but the war isn't really continuing because it's just like there's just an ongoing siege where there's just orcs now everywhere in amongst an urban environment.
Yeah.
And there's just orcs everywhere. So it's like useless. It's just like why? It's just like Mordor again. There's just orcs fucking everywhere.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Orcs fucking.
They're fucking everywhere. Like
they're fucking everywhere.
yeah.
Actually, you never see a female orc.
Well, you're also at war.
Where are the female orcs?
Well, they're at war in a fantasy universe.
But they're not at war.
You wouldn't say that the Uruks are at war if they go and invade an urban environment.
In the game, they're not at war.
They are.
They run around and like attack people, but they're not necessarily. This is long before. Well, this is after the major war, So it's essentially peacetime.
Okay.
And the next major wars doesn't start until the
There's
movies.
no like orc villages though, really.
Mordor.
No, but what I'm saying is in Shadow War, there's no like orc villages. These are the workers that are working to sustain the strongholds.
Yeah.
So therefore, there wouldn't be any orc women because they probably keep them back with the children.
We gotta go find one.
Yeah, go find a new Uruk woman.
Well, yeah.
In Shadow, why in Shadow War? Like that's such a random. Or Uruks are so incidental in those games. Like you literally kill them by the hundreds. Like,
Yeah. All right. A new version of Switch is apparently being reported and planned for 2019. This comes to us from IGN. Apparently, Wall Street Journal Japan, their sources are repeatedly telling them that they want a new system with to replace some of or upgrade some of the low end parts of the current Switch, which includes something like the LCD display. And I guess they'd go for an OLED at this point. How do you guys feel about that? Switch has only been out like a few years now, right?
well, what sucks about this is now.
Like just over a year though, not that long.
Yeah.
So now it's like. I don't really like the Pokemon variant of the one. So
Right,
then now
yeah,
I
yeah.
would just like wait.
Yeah.
They're going now. Now they're going away with the iPad. They're just going to do yearly updates.
Maybe that is what they're kind of going after, or every 2 years even. So,
I'm
but like
definitely fucking waiting for this next one now.
yeah, that's what I
me
mean.
too.
It's like now this leak or whatever this is actually like hurting sales potentially.
Because coming off my my board game weekend, the people I play board games with, 2 of them have Switches, 2 of them were about to buy them because they all wanted to play Diablo 3 together when it comes out to Switch.
Right.
And then as soon as you guys sent it, I don't know which one of you sent that article.
Not me.
Yeah, I immediately forwarded it. And then just like they're like, well, I guess we're gonna fucking wait now. Like I'm not gonna buy
Yeah.
unless you get it for dirt cheap. Unless you get the other one, you got like
Yeah, it came out 2017, March 3rd, 2017.
yeah,
Yeah. So
Year and a half.
it's only been out for.
a year and a half at best.
Yeah.
2/3. So like I guess we're gonna wait. I'm like, yeah, I was gonna wait to buy one for fucking Metroid.
But you are right, though. I wonder if the holiday bundles this season are going to be pretty low.
No,
No?
they're not going to reduce that. They may reduce it when the other one comes out.
Right, yeah.
But as long as that one's not out, they're not going. They would reduce it for the sake. They would reduce it in the sense of bundling stuff together.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be any cheaper because the other one's coming out. And it's not even announced or confirmed yet. Like it's just a speculation.
Yeah.
And Nintendo doesn't discount stuff.
They do when they're not selling well. Not games, but the consoles. The Wii U dropped in price pretty rapidly.
And how's the
3DS
Switch?
did
And,
too,
and how's
actually.
the Switch selling?
the Switch is selling well.
Yeah, they're not discounting it.
I wonder if this is actually going to hurt the sales, like on a grand scale.
No,
Until people know about it.
no. And then you have that small fraction of people, not even that small, relatively big fraction of people who are just going to buy another one just to have it, and they're gonna have both.
Yeah.
People did it with the Vita when the Vita 2.0 came out.
Yeah, especially knowing Nintendo, they're going to call something dumb like the new Switch.
Oh, geez.
If they actually give it a slightly altered name, like the
Switch Plus.
Switch Plus or the eSwitch or the Switch U or whatever.
Just call the
Switcheroo.
damn year.
Switcheroo.
Oh
Oh
my
my god,
God.
the Switcheroo.
That's really it comes with a free pack of Dunkaroos.
Oh man, that'd be really good. That people would absolutely buy it. If they just call it the Switch and they just say this is the new one, I can see not as many people buying both.
Do you think there'll be like actual like physical hardware upgrade with the graphics
I
or
would
anything?
think so.
Yeah, I could probably see them upping the.
What if this is a trend? What if they're thinking of this as a mobile kind of cell phone type platform that they'll upgrade every 2 years?
I
I would treat it more like that if they had streaming services.
would. Well, that's what they're thinking.
Are those
about.
coming? Are those supposed to be coming?
With the streaming?
At last that I checked, I think Netflix hasn't said anything. I think.
Oh, you're talking about like an actual video streaming service.
Like I want why can I watch Netflix on my 3DS?
You can watch Netflix on your 3D.
You
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
can.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You absolutely can.
Really? I didn't even.
It takes forever to fucking load, but
that's
it does
crazy.
work.
That's fucking crazy.
And I've done it.
I thought you were talking about more of a video game streaming service because Resident Evil 7 in Japan is playable on the Switch, but it's a
Okay.
stream only title, and I think they're using it as an experiment. And now they're saying because it worked there, they're thinking about trying other titles to be stream only to the Switch, and that would be.
That's why we have a new one coming out.
And that would be a way to keep old Switches that may not be able to perform with new hardware, they could just stream it.
I bet you. Well, I was gonna say though, I bet you this new one's gonna have a better network interface card,
Maybe.
so that it can stream better.
Better have better internal storage too.
The well,
you don't
if you're
really
streaming,
need
you're not going
that,
to really need that.
'cause
And they allow.
No, but
they,
when
they,
you have like you could barely install some of those games currently.
yes, but they do have a solution for it, and it's not ideal, but it's better than Apple's solution. Nintendo's solution is like, we gave you an SD card slot.
Yeah.
Go buy the biggest fucking SD card you want once, put it in there, don't take it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like an external hard drive where it's hanging out.
Yeah, it's literally it's physically in the thing now. You don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Unlike Apple's solution is, just pay us. Oh, we'll give you 5 gigs for free, but the size of your phone to back up is more than the 5 gigs that we will give you for free. So it doesn't even. Just fucking dumb. That backup should be free. That should not go against your quota. They want you to back up your phone to the cloud for convenience. That backup
that's
should
fucking
not
stupid.
go against your
Let me see
quota.
how big my backup
I
actually
didn't know.
is.
I didn't know that they did that.
What?
I didn't know that would count towards.
It does. It absolutely
That's
does.
so fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
I had to turn it off because I kept on getting warned. It's like, oh, your iCloud's full. You need to either delete stuff or figure out. You have to like manage it. I'm like, well, I'm turning off the backup. Like, I'm not going to fucking back up.
My phone backup is only 1.5 gigs.
Mine was big enough that in conjunction with other stuff that was iClouding, I had to turn it off because it said I was filled up.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, this is dumb. This is a dumb service.
That is kind of ridiculous
Yeah.
though. You're already 20% in, Ryan.
Yes.
That's ridiculous. You're 20% into the free. If you want them, if they so desperately want you to back up, they should just give you the thing to back up.
Yeah.
Anything. They don't desperately want you to back up.
Well, then
They would
don't
recommend
throw it
it
in our face.
and you can still back up to a computer.
But you can't do both. You can tell to do one or the other. You can't do both.
You can't do both.
You can't do both.
Yes, you can.
No, when I go into iTunes, it says when I plug it in, it says back up to this computer or iCloud, and when I toggle one, it undoes the other, and it will.
I don't think it will delete your backup though. I think it's just
but I can't then send another backup to the iCloud. Like
no, you
It
can.
will just lock that backup in place.
The one on their iTunes is on your computer. So when you hit backup and you can manually back up your phone on iTunes, it'll just back it up and then take your phone out, turn back up to iCloud, and it'll back up to iCloud. So it's not going to erase what's on your computer.
Yeah, no, but you're saying circumvent their method just to do both.
If you have to do that, yeah.
Okay, but exactly my point though is you're circumventing what they want because there's no way for me to tell Apple to say just back up on my computer and back up on the iCloud. I would have to then just say back up on my computer, then I'm going to unplug it and say now back up onto the iCloud. I'm circumventing what the system that's in place.
But I think I can still, even though I have it selected to back up to iCloud, I'm pretty sure I can still back up to the computer.
See, for me, it never for me to back up to the computer, I had to turn off the iCloud.
It told you to go onto your phone and turn off back up to iCloud.
When I did the iTunes one, it just stopped backing up to the iCloud. It didn't even tell me to do it. It just stopped. It just didn't do it anymore. It just stopped.
But the iTunes should not be telling your phone what to do.
It did.
I don't think that's right. I'll check when we're done here, but
Yeah.
Anyway.
You guys have a lot of Apple issues.
Yeah.
Lots of Apple issues.
And that's why I have
Matt,
Microsoft.
Matt.
And that's why I have
Wait.
Microsoft running my iOS.
Wait, Matt. Tell me about this recent Windows update.
It can potentially delete your user files.
There you go. Okay.
I never said
I
didn't
don't
have
have
any
that
problem. I
issue.
never said I didn't have problems.
Updating. No, but you wrote off Apple because of one mistake that was actually wrong because I just did it.
All I know is
But you
what
don't.
I was given.
You
All
don't
I
write
know
off
is what I was
Windows
given.
for it deleting your content.
Where she goes.
Okay. All right. Last story is Telltale.
Rip.
They're gone.
Are they actually gone?
Yeah.
I thought they're like.
They're a skeleton crew and they're searching for someone to help them finish.
Yeah,
I thought
they were rows on top of the board after the Titanic exploded. Like they're just
Yeah.
barely there. But
Yeah.
I thought they got rid of that other team. That they had a skeleton crew and then they removed the. Or they,
well, they
laid off
did.
the rest of the crew.
They severely downsized.
and then I thought they
guess-
got rid of the rest of them. I saw that tweet yesterday where they said they had reportedly gotten rid of the
Man,
rest
that's
of them.
fucking crazy. Like 2 years ago, they were on top of the world.
Yeah, but did you read the article of like the expose? So literally, like what I read, like parts of it. This is like years ago, so I'm paraphrasing. So like essentially, like if a game or a product is coming out, developers are going to like crunch time, in which they'll like work like insanely long hours and stuff, like overtime to fix it. Telltale, in some way, saw that. Hey, wait! During crunch time, we have a bunch of productivity. Why don't we just always be in crunch time?
That is horrible.
So then everyone was in crunch time. And then there was like a whole bunch of like internal problems. And then they had like managers switch out. And people were just being like, well, this needs to come out in 3 weeks. We need 6 weeks. Well, it's coming out in 3 weeks. Don't tell me it's 6 weeks. It's 3 weeks. So do it. And stuff like that. And then people were bitching about not being paid for overtime. And
also, they had some deal that they were working on that fell through. And I think that's what put them under.
I'm not sure what that was.
And Batman apparently didn't sell that well. It's apparently their weakest selling game.
Really?
Well, they
Yeah.
published 7 Days to Die on PS4 as well. That's like a PC indie game that's like in early access.
And what's crazy is I think they had a Minecraft game in the works. They had Wolf Among Us Season 2 in the
Minecraft story
works.
mode.
They had Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And I think they had another Marvel game or not?
I was looking forward to Wolf Among Us too.
So they had a ton of stuff in the works, and then even Walking Dead Season 2 is being just like they're done.
I thought season 2 was already done.
Episode 2 is coming out, and then that might be it.
Wait, Walking Dead season. I thought season 2 was already out.
No.
Like I thought
not the whole season.
No,
No,
it's starting to come out.
what
season 3. Sorry,
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like
season 3, right?
I don't play it. I don't know.
I think Season 3.
I got to episode 3 of season 1, and then my Xbox crashed,
That game won Game of the Year.
and then my save file was gone, and it like corrupted. So
I mean, I think this kind of goes to show that like if you just decide to go full crunch time,
yeah,
it's just not going to work.
karma's a bitch.
I would
That's what I
assume
learned
that
from
that's
this.
what killed them. I would assume.
Yeah,
Again, that article is years old.
but the only Telltale game I purchased was the original Walking Dead, and
Walking Dead.
everything else was PS Plus and just given to me.
Walking Dead. I did Wolf Among Us on iOS, which was
That was a really good game.
yeah, it was a fucking. I really like the game, especially because that's not based on any existing IP. Like that was
Well, it was. There's a comic, the Fables.
the Fable Tales, but they
Made up the stories.
yeah, like the story beats and this story outline was theirs.
Yeah.
What other ones I bought?
You know what? Actually, maybe it's because they did the same thing over and over again.
The formula didn't change. It became
Yeah.
kind of boring.
Admittedly, though, has Rockstar's formula changed significantly? Like they have Midnight Club, but it's like GTA, Red Dead.
Yeah, but
GTA,
but the difference
Red
with
Dead.
the Rockstar formula is it's a really good fucking formula.
Yeah, but
The problem
people
with-
said that
with
about
the,
Wolf Among Us.
The problem with Telltale is it was repeated and wasn't even that good. Like there was problems with it.
The
Their
engine was always
sucked.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was just janky. Like if it felt like they were fumbling their way through development constantly.
It's funny too because it doesn't look that impressive in terms of what it would take to run the game,
Yeah,
and yet it was just choppy all around.
yeah.
You know. So they must have had serious back end issues on their
Yeah.
engine.
It's pretty crazy that after like a year of running, assuming that the crunch time thing is the thing that hurt them.
Yeah.
It's crazy that after a year of that, because it was more than a year. It's like after a year and you start seeing things come apart, you'd figure you'd be like, okay, this isn't working. You know, this isn't a company that had no money and had no sales. It was like a company that had a bunch of sales, it had one game of the year. So they try something for a year, it doesn't work. You'd figure you'd be like, okay, we need to stop this. But instead, presumably they continued on with it.
Right.
Like what the fuck? Like you should realize, like you see the company in trouble, and you're like, okay, maybe we should stop this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know, that just seems logical to me.
Yeah. But anyway, end of an era, I guess. They kind of brought back the point and click adventure game.
Yeah, it kind of inspired Life is Strange and other.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do we know whether they actually are going to finish it? Like whether there is some sort of skeleton crew on board?
Last I heard is they were looking for someone else, like someone to finance and help them finish.
Holy shit, it's that bad.
The season at least, or at least another episode or something like that. Yeah.
I feel like if I was the dev there, I'd be like, I'm out of here, boys. Like I'm not sticking around for this. Like
That's what. Yeah. Like, what's the morale like? Why
That's
even?
probably shit.
Why even like put in your best at that point? You know what I mean?
did you see that one guy's tweet? He just said like again, I'm paraphrasing. It's like put your health first because the companies don't care about you because
Yeah.
there's like you guys a bunch of unpaid overtime.
I tell it to every teenager that I've ever like taken under my wing at any job. And one of the first things to say to them is say, don't bend over backwards for these people. They wouldn't do the same for you. Don't kill yourself for them. It's not worth it.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Because like they're not going to do it, and you probably aren't going to get fired for not bending over backwards.
Yeah. Like I had a general manager once. He's like, hey, you want to work tonight? I'm like, no, like I already here for 40 hours a week, man. Like I'm not working tonight. It's like, oh, come on. Like you're young. You want the money, right? I'm like, I turned to him. I'm like, don't ever assume my financial situation, okay? And don't ever assume that I want to be here, okay?
Jesus
My
Christ.
mental well-being is way more important than any fucking minimum wage dollar you could give me.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then after that, he never like approached me for like extra anything over 40 hours again.
Oh my
I
God.
put him in his place.
Alrighty, that's all we got.
Should we ask Adriano the Query Corner question that we did?
We're pretty over time here, man.
All right.
Why? What was the question?
That was the games as a service. How do you choose?
Well, he just. I don't know.
Well, choose what?
So okay, so a basic premise of the question. Was we had a discussion last week where it's
Did
like,
you put that down?
yeah, what are you doing?
I like this thing too much.
I swear you need to bring like a fidget cube to this.
I
fucking
have
thing.
3 of them.
And well, you should bring. You should have a fourth one for the podcast.
I'll leave it here.
But anyway, the question was like with all like these games as a service coming out, so it's like Overwatch needs maintenance essentially. Fortnite needs maintenance. We assume that Red Dead will need maintenance. Division needs maintenance. And when I say maintenance, I mean like new things come out. You got to level up or
Log
whatever.
in, show
your
show
dailies.
face, make sure you're there,
And keep your skill up if you want to,
Yeah.
or like whatever. There's different tasks for everything. Like and then with this holiday season, especially with like Red Dead, Fallout 76, and then I'm gonna throw the Division in there too because it's like it's
That's March,
coming
man.
up.
That's March.
It's coming up soon. So like it's not holiday season, but it's coming up soon. What do you do to decide what you're going to retire, what you're going to play, and like what's your reasoning and like procedure for that?
How I rationalize in my head.
How do you rationalize it? And like, what do you do? Like, do you retire things? Do you not care about timed items? Like, what is your... And same with your apps, too. That's a good one, because you're the Hearthstone guy. I think we mentioned that. Brian and I don't really have an app that we care about. Well, Pokemon Go for me, but...
See, Pokemon Go I like mainly because it gets me out of the house,
Yeah.
but I don't like their forced timed exclusive stuff. Like, I miss Pokemon in the early days when we would just go to Bayfront on a nice, hot summer night.
And just
and
get
we
some
just
walking
walk
in.
the park.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I don't even want to do that because I know I have to dedicate time to this later. So why am I going to dedicate time to this now? But
I'll give you that. Like, I'll walk around the town because of the game, but it's because of the Alolan event.
yeah,
But I won't do it regularly.
yeah. I tell everyone else, I'm one bad day away from just deleting Pokemon Go. Like, I get
Admittedly, we
one-
played the shit out of it.
One bad experience, I'll just fucking delete the app. I'll just never look back. Hasn't happened yet.
So there's one thing, bad experience.
Yeah. I think what would force me to... Okay, tell you what, I'll phrase it like this. What brings me back to a game after not playing it is like timed events or ranked seasons in which I need to complete. So like Overwatch, I make a conscious effort to put down in between seasons now or
Okay.
events.
Okay.
But we'll like I'll try not to launch Overwatch unless either I need to do it for a season event. So like when Halloween starts, I'm going to hop on. I'm going to do my 9 wins for arcade and make sure I have those loot boxes. And then I'm not going to touch it again for the rest of the week. Similarly, I'm going to log on to Overwatch to do the placement matches for the new season. Once I have those done, I'm probably not going to come back to it because I want that spray. Because I have plateaued in Overwatch and I know and I've been satisfied with that just playing it over and over again. Now it just becomes like I want to keep up my hero gallery, and that's all I want of that game.
Basically keeping face in the game, essentially.
Pretty much. And then if they ever decide to do an Overwatch 2.0 and they decide to completely overhaul it, I will
Come back.
come back. Because what I would like to do is to treat Heroes of the Storm as my recreational kind of like zone out and play game.
Right.
I haven't since putting in this new graphics card or putting in this new hard drive. Pretty much after getting Windows back after a crash, I have not actually gone back to Heroes of the Storm.
Right.
And what I used to do was I used to dedicate Sunday nights to Blizzard night. Like I used to make my Sundays Blizzard. So I used to do a level of StarCraft. I used to finish up my Hearthstone quest if I had to. I would check to see if I need to do anything in Overwatch, and then I would play Heroes of the Storm pretty much to finish off the night. And I would do that every Sunday. But then something happened. I guess my computer crashed. That's probably what happened, and I just haven't been able to go back to that routine. But that's what I kind of want out of that. I'll tell you right now, I will put down, for the exception of, again, seasonal events and competitive, when Division 2 comes out, Overwatch is getting paused.
Even if there's an event at the same time as the release. Like if there's an event literally the same week that Division 2 gets released.
No matter what other game is there, if there's an event in Overwatch or there's a place match, I will do those.
Now, how would you do it if there's an event in Division? Let's say there's a launch event. First week players, you get something.
I will have to sacrifice something else in my life to get both those done. If it means, that means me. What do I do? Like even if it means fucking rearranging my gym schedule so I don't go to the gym on Monday night and I have to do that, I will make sure that gets done because because the gym is not going to discriminate against me because I decided to move the gym around later. But the game will if I don't get this done in a time frame.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So
you want it all. So
I want it all.
So you got to get it all.
Yeah. Like I'll sacrifice sleep even marginally if I have to. But for me, 2 events overlapping is and that's why I've noticed Matt, you've mentioned that before. It's like, oh, if there's two events overlapping, and I'm like, is that really an issue though? Like
it is.
But like. Depending on what you want to get out of the event, though, like if there's a specific set of items, let's say an event runs for 3 weeks, and there's a set amount of items that you want to get out of it. What if you get all the event items within the first week? Are you really going to continue playing that event for the last 2 weeks, or are you just going to say, okay, I'm done with this? Okay, exactly.
But that would require either a lot of luck with a loot box based game, or me completing the task at hand, for example.
But going back to your Division example, you're like, what if there's a launch event and you have to do certain things in the time frame? It's like, okay, I'm going to go in, do that. I will then switch back over to Overwatch, get with the loot boxes that I need for that week, then go back to the Division.
But what if it's like hypothetically, let's say, what if it's Dark Zone? So you have to level up to a certain level to get into the Dark Zone, and then there's certain jobs that are only going to drop at this time, but they're rare, and they only are available for 2 weeks. Now you have essentially a time commitment to level up. You have to get into the Dark Zone, and then you have to farm, which is essentially almost like a loot box, if you will.
And I'm opening up these loot boxes to get guns that will be misleveled anyways when I level up again.
Well, hypothetically, let's say they're good throughout the whole game. It's some sort of unique item. Maybe it's a jacket. I don't know, something you want out of the event. But in Overwatch, it's fully loot box based. In the Division, let's say it's similar.
Okay, so in that specific example, I would tell you what I would do in that case. Because it would have to be case by case. But in that example, you know what I would do? Is I would do the Overwatch arcade mode until I got my loot boxes. And then I would go back to Division. You want to know why? Is because once I get those 9 wins and those 3 loot boxes in Overwatch, I can't get any more event loot boxes from Overwatch for that week. I am done.
You could level up.
I could level up, but I could
there's more incentive to play when you have those other loot boxes.
Yeah, like leveling up is a passive thing in getting those other loot boxes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would switch over to Division because as long as those rare drops are continuously happening, I have a continuous chance to get what I want out of it. Because if Overwatch said, no matter what, every 3 games you'll get a loot box, that is fucking problematic. Because that creates a hierarchy in my brain in which I can't manage anymore. That 9 game 3 box cap is the best thing that they could have done for me.
So if they didn't put a cap on it, and then there was also a Division event, you couldn't.
My brain wouldn't be able to decide which one. My little robot brain would be like, I don't know.
We gotta wrap it up.
That's my answer.
How would you?
No more
I'm
questions.
Sorry. I'm asking another question. How would you retire a game permanently?
You kind of did it with the Division.
Yeah, A, if it breaks on me, that's an easy one to retire. B, if there's a game that scratches the same itch. Pretty much if I feel like I've completed it.
Okay.
Okay. So like division for me, I felt like it was completed when we hit like when we hit level 30 and we finished that last mission and we were done the story and we didn't have another check mark to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we went into post game release. You and I played it because it was just genuinely fun and we enjoyed playing that.
Yeah.
But what happened when Overwatch came out?
Yeah, kind of died out. But you were completed the game.
Yeah. I at a certain point, it was like, I'm ready to retire this. When I retire this, I'm going to keep going for now. But when I have to, like, I'm not going to hesitate. And then it happened.
It's kind of like your Pokemon Go thing where it's like we played it a lot.
Yeah, but Pokemon Go is going to be different. It's not because I would find something else to replace it. It's just because Pokemon would be out of frustration. Like that's what would do it for me. Like it would be, again, one bad day, one bad experience. Some random jackass at a raid or some dumb event. Like that's what would do it for me.
Alrighty. Thank you for the watching or the listening.
Thank you for the watching.
Well, they watched the YouTube video
That's true.
with the static screen. And we also, me and Matt stream on Twitch every Wednesday.
I tuned in for a couple minutes.
Oh, did you? That's why we had 3 viewers.
No, I saw a 6 at one point. I was in there and it jumped to 6. I'm like,
wow.
Holy shit, it's over 5.
Yeah.
You guys were doing the part I specifically watched is you guys were taking a selfie.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was dark out, and then Matt turned on the light, and it was super bright, and he had to like turn down the contrast.
Yeah.
That's the part that I saw.
Okay. Thank you for tuning in.
You're very welcome.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
I feel like I have an obligation because it's all under the same banner.
Yeah.
The Day One patch banner.
We're now on Spotify.
Oh, and we're on Spotify if you want to
Yeah.
listen elsewhere.
Spotify bitches.
All right. See you.
Peace.